Computex is set for May 20th to 23rd this year in Taipei. And this year's theme, AI Next. Actually, Silicon Motion is unveiling some very interesting and impressive new technologies to bring to the market. And joining me today is Nelson. Hi, Nelson.
Hi.
Nelson is the Senior Vice President of Silicon Motion's Client and Automotive Storage Business Unit. Nelson, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so nearly 25 years in the semiconductor industry. I think you must have massive experience of this area. So you've been instrumental in driving their global success, especially in storage solutions. So we're very delighted to hear what Silicon Motion is to bringing more technologies to the market. So first question I would like to ask Nelson. Silicon Motion is always has a very strong presence at Computex, and this year as well. So compared to the last year, what do you think AI Next, this theme, has a new change to the market?
Okay, thank you very much. We are so excited we can join and participate Computex 2025. So we're going to showcase a lot of the good technology and good product in this event, no matter from the data center side to the edge side, and including automotive, of course. On the data center side, we're going to live demonstrate our first enterprise storage design kit, we call it MonTitan. And on the client side, we're going to showcase our PCIe Gen5 SSD controller, which is we call it SM2508. So these two products are our main focus, no matter it's from the previous Computex until this Computex. So for the enterprise space, we demonstrate our MonTitan. And this MonTitan platform, we got to support up to the 128 terabyte SSD made by the QLC NAND. So this is designed to accelerate the data intensive AI workload like LLM and the GNN. And because we also propose two very key technology performance shape and our FDP in this enterprise platform. So we believe this also enable very small workload optimization and the better QoS, especially in the multi-tenants environment. So in addition, we also present our solution of a USB 4 portable SSD, UFS 4.1 automotive grade storage reflecting the growth demand on the AI and the automotive industry. So altogether, our portfolio this year is going to enable a smarter and the bigger and the more efficient data handling, whatever AI happening over there. So please join us to come to our demonstration and come to talk to us. And we believe we're going to show you a lot of the excitement over there.
Okay, we know a lot of key products this year. But actually for the new trends, people are seeing the market demands. So you mentioned about the demands. People are wondering like, okay, so we do have the demand of data center, but after people seeing like AI application like DeepSeek, they think it's from data center to the edge. So do you see any differences for the market demands this year?
Yes, we see a lot of the AI move to the edge side. So this going to stimulate the AI PC, AI-enabled smartphone, and also a lot of autonomous vehicle over there. So we see, especially when the DeepSeek coming up, it bring up a lot of the new hope, a lot of new excitement, especially on the AI application. So this also stimulate a lot of the high performance, high density SSD requirement over there. So we do see a lot of the new trend coming out. And a lot of the new requirement for the storage side. So for example, like a PCIe Gen5, this is the best solution to fit in to deliver very high efficient and high speed data transfer. And also that our MonTitan platform also can support up to the 128 terabytes SSD. This is also suitable for the very big data generation because of the AI. So indeed, this is when the DeepSeek coming out, so it brings down the cost of the AI. We do see a lot of momentum on the edge side. So this is very good for the Silicon Motion SMI over here because we have a very comprehensive portfolio, and we provide from the edge side to the data center side all different kind of controller over there, so we can fit into a lot of the new application and the new vehicle over there.
Okay, so you mentioned about controller, and people are seeing the demands of the controller. So, for example, data center is using some data like numbers they are calculating. But how do they define these data in different categories? You have this kind of demand, and you have the solutions for that.
Yeah. Okay, that's a very good question. So there's AI in data center side. We need to have a different stage computation over there, from the beginning data collection, ingest, and the data training and the inference over there, right? So different stage, we need to have a different kind of the storage efficiency over there. For example, when the data in the training side, you need to provide the data very quickly to the CPU or GPU over there. So that's why it says you need to have a very high bandwidth storage like a PCIe Gen5, right? And in the inference mostly happen in the edge side. So the power consumption become very important for the edge size computation as well as storage. So that's why I said we need to focus on not only on the high bandwidth, we also need to cut down the power in order to save the battery life, because that's where inference happen over there, right? Like your mobile phone, your PC notebook, and even in your vehicle, right? So that's why I said we provide all different kind of storage controller in order to fit in all different stages of the storage need.
Okay, sounds very comprehensive. So
yeah.
Lots of people have the need. They do have the strong need of that. So as a head of client automotive storage business unit, you oversee both like client, marketing and research. So from these two categories, how do your team like developing these new solutions for Computex 2025? Especially you mentioned about the AI or automotive area.
Okay, I think that's answer is very simple. So we redefine the problem. Okay, the so-called redefine the problem because everybody only chasing on the performance side. We need to have a very high, very fast performance. But a lot of people forget. Those kind of the high performance, you need to come with a very large power consumption over there. So that's why it consumes a whole lot of power. You see a lot of people talking about the need to build up a new nuclear power plant, right? And you need to have a very good heat dissipation technology like a liquid cooling, right? So that already give you a lot of the headache to go down the path. So that's why we redefine the problem. So how we can provide a very high bandwidth data transfer rate and with such a low power, that's become a new problem over there. So we step back, and then we start to rethink the whole design methodology and the whole design architecture over there. So when we designed our 250A controller, we totally redesigned our whole architecture. We think we can achieve the very high bandwidth data transfer rate with a whole lot of lower power over there. So that's why this is become very important between the performance and the efficiency, how we can balance each other. So that's why our product can achieve a so higher data transfer rate with such a low power over there. So that's why our product can gain so much market attention over there. And we hope that we can demonstrate our achievement over Computex 2025, and everybody can enjoy the value we bring in.
Okay, so as a leader of the SSD controller, so people are wondering, how do your team find the problem? Is that the customer asking for more, or you do find the market trends, so you research yourself?
Okay, I think that's a very good question. So we do both. Because we have a very broad customer base, so we can get a lot of customer feedback, and the customer will tell us what they need over there, because listen to the customer voice is very important, right? So, and we also, other than that, we also watch the market trend over there, because sometimes there's a market trend were hidden under a customer voice. Sometimes the customer will not tell you. We need to see a very subtle hint in the market movement. So we see, for example, when we see the NVIDIA coming up with so strong demand, we understand at that time the computation is a bottleneck over there. So NVIDIA try to resolve those kind of bottleneck. So once NVIDIA resolve the bottleneck, the problem going to move to the storage side. Because we need to have a very quick data supply rate, transfer rate to supply a whole bunch of the data for the CPU and the GPU to compute. And need to have a very low power in order, because most of the power budget already be eaten up by the CPU and the GPU. So we don't have such a high power budget over there. So we need to redefine the problem and resolve this kind of a challenge. Even though it's a very difficult challenge, but we already achieved that. So we believe that our product can really bring to the industry to resolve this problem.
Okay, so for both efficiency and also the performance, I think Silicon Motion is the very top leader of the industry. And I think Nelson just mentioned is like the top secrets of the industry. So Silicon Motion is very well regarded. We just talk about these two very key elements, performance and efficiency. So how do you see the SSD controllers, especially this year, PCIe Gen5 client SSD controller is echoing the two core strengths of your company?
Okay, I think it's 2025 is the moment of the PCIe Gen5. Because the PCIe Gen5, especially the controller we propose, 2508, and another new one, 2504, those two controllers bring the change to the AI industry. Because last year or 2 years ago, nobody believed that PCIe Gen5 can really achieve the so low power but saturated data transfer rate, right? But we did it. So that's why it says starting from the 2025 this year, we do see the industry rapidly adopt the PCIe Gen5 because the PCIe Gen5 really bringing the AI need in order to supply the data for the computation and to advance the AI technology over there. So that's because we bring the high bandwidth and the power consumption, those two advantages together within the one small controller to provide a really PCIe Gen5's benefit to show everybody this kind of to advance this AI technology and the AI industry.
We do look forward to it. Okay, so go back to the theme of this year, AI next. So as a market leader, so how do you see this trend will shape the future, especially in your industry?
Okay, from my personal point of view, AI and the automotive going to become the two focus from this year and later on, right? So for example, like automotive ADAS and the software-defined vehicle become the two very hot topic. So those two topics need to have the PCIe Gen5 in order to make it happen. So because the computation data amount is so huge, we need to have a very good storage and a very high bandwidth and a very low power in order to resolve those two. So we think this PCIe Gen5 going to advance the autonomous drive very quickly. And on the AI front, our storage solution are designed to keep up with the very heavy data movement from the ingest to the inference, right? Whether it's a client controller like a 2508 or it's an enterprise platform like a MonTitan, we are helping enable the AI future with a smarter, faster, and bigger and power efficient data storage. So we think we are staying ahead of the AI innovation, and we're going to continue to move that, and we're going to continue to push the edge, right? So the mobility and the data transfer and the low power are going to become the key for the future of the AI storage design factors. That's what I think.
Okay. Being a top leader in the industry, so how do you positioning yourself in the few coming years?
Okay, I think that's very important, especially the SMI. We are one of the leader on the storage controller makers. We need to continue to bring the value to our customer, because as a customer doesn't like us because of our price. They like us because they treasure our value. So we got to stay in the front line to keeping push and keeping finding and keeping innovate ourselves, redesign ourselves, reshape ourselves in order to keep in the front line and to help to lead our customer and to bring the value to our customer. I think that's the most important thing, is how we going to position ourselves, Silicon Motion, as a storage control leader in this industry.
Thank you very much, Nelson.
Thank you.
Quality does better. So in the future, we're looking forward for more information from Silicon Motion, especially this year in Computex 2025. We wish you a big success.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Until then, see you next time. Bye-bye.